Hello, I'm Victoria Ballou Schaefer, and we have another exciting edition of Get Astrologic Now here on YouTube. And you can always subscribe to our Get Astrologic Now channel. Just click that little red button on the bottom of the video, and you will be able to get immediate updates when new videos are loaded. And that works very well since Joni is always giving us up-to-the-minute information on things that are happening, all of these crazy things that are happening. And of course, you can always get private readings with Joni by going to galacticcenter.org and booking a private reading with Joni so that you will know exactly how you figure into the universe. This morning we are going to talk about the eclipses in the month of April. Very, very intense times are here for us, and Joni has looked into the charts and has some really interesting information for us. Good morning, Joni.
Good morning, Victoria. Yes, this month is going to be probably one of the most intense months for the year because of the eclipse season. We call this a season when we have lunar and solar eclipses. Eclipses happen twice a year, and the solar eclipse is the focal point. A lunar eclipse is actually just an offshoot of the solar eclipse because you can have a lunar eclipse 2 weeks before or 2 weeks after the solar eclipse. And whenever we have the lunar eclipse that happens before the solar eclipse, it's much more intense, and that is exactly the case that's occurring this month. So we have a lunar eclipse that's happening on April 15th, and then 2 weeks later we have the solar eclipse that's happening April 29th. A solar eclipse is a new moon when Rahu and Ketu, which is the north and the south node, come together with the moon and the sun. And a lunar eclipse is when we have a full moon where Rahu and Ketu are with the sun and the moon. And what we're going to find is between that 2 week period, whenever there's the lunar and the solar, that's the most intense period of all. Now, eclipses are shadows. It's like where the shadows are cast on the sun or the moon. And therefore, it represents that things are hidden during this period and that there's secrets that will be uncovered. This is the most significant aspect of what eclipses are all about, that they bring things forward that have been hidden. And therefore, with so many things going on right now, for example, the Malaysian 370 flight, there will be some occurrences and things that come out of the dark that we didn't know about during this period. And generally, they say, the astrologers have said, that after the solar eclipse is when it is revealed. So after the 29th of April, that things will come out of the darkness and be revealed. And that it definitely indicates that there are many things that we do not know about that are hidden in secret that are about to occur. And that goes with, there's going to be more earthquakes and earth changes. And any time you come into an eclipse season, you will see that there are more earthquakes, there are more changes, volcanic eruptions, and really intense things happening globally. This deals with this social uprisings that are happening in Russia, the Ukraine, and many of the governments are going to have rebellious activity and strange occurrences that will override the different powers that have been controlling the people. Because you see, that's the nature of this grand cross that is occurring this month to the exact degree, which will be approximately around 19 degrees of mutable signs. I am talking about the sidereal Vedic astrology, not the Western. So this grand cross will be around the 21st to the 22nd, that it is exact, in April. And then we have this lunar eclipse that will occur at 1 degree of Aries and Libra, the full moon. The moon will be the full moon that we're looking at is going to be 1 degree of Libra. Now, these degrees are really, really important. And looking at that lunar eclipse, we have got Mercury and Uranus that are conjunct. These are both planets that deal with travel and aircraft. And Mercury being in Pisces and Jupiter being in Gemini, they exchange signs. So this is deeply connected, that there will be something come out concerning flights and air travel. And Jupiter being in the nakshatra Ardra, of course, deals with tragic events, and that's what it is bringing forth during this time of the eclipse season. So also, when I look at the solar eclipse, what we must do in astrology is look at these degrees, because these degrees become sensitive points. And anytime other planets after an eclipse period cross over these sensitive degrees, this means an event is created. So the degrees that we're looking at for the solar eclipse, which are very, very important, is 14 degrees Aries. And by the way, if anyone has planets with a 3-degree range of 14 degrees Aries or 14 degrees of Libra, this will be one of the most eventful years of your life concerning the areas that these planets are in, the houses and the houses that they rule. And another thing is, when a planet crosses over that degree mark, this creates, it's like a landmine, an explosion, an event occurs. And one thing that I noted is Mars and Saturn being retrograde have been very much part of what's happening worldwide in terms of these crazy events, and particularly here in Texas at Fort Hood, we just had another shooting. This is very reminiscent of Mars retrograde in the energy of the anger and attacks that can come out during this period. And so Mars is going to back up in station around May 20th, and it will station at 14 degrees of Virgo. Now, Mars special aspects is its 8th aspect, so it will be aspecting exactly the 14-degree solar eclipse degree of 14 Aries, and this could create an event. So my predictions are that between now and the time that Mars stations to go direct, which is around the 20th of May, expect big changes worldwide with world leaders, and I think that there could be a loss of a world leader. There's going to be many losses during this time, and there's going to be earthquakes, earth changes that are truly upsetting, and expect more problems with airlines and travel to come about because of what has been hidden that surfaces because of this truly incredible, intense eclipse energy that is happening now in the month of April, and it will affect the month of May.
Thank you for your insights, Joni. It's really going to be a crazy time. We all just need to be prepared as much as possible, and know that that hopefully we'll all come out on the other side of it just fine. And if you would like to see all of the videos that Joni has predictions on, you can go to our YouTube channel, which is Get Astrologic Now. And if you click the subscribe button, you will get automatic updates when we have new videos, and you'll be able to see right away this time-sensitive information that Joni posts, and you will know and be able to prepare for what is coming. Thanks so much for joining us, Joni. And thanks to everyone else for joining us. And let's all be safe.